Hi, reader. Welcome to Reading Bug Adventures, created, written, and produced by The Reading Bug, our family-owned children's bookstore in Northern California. We hope you're loving our weekly adventures together, and remember to subscribe to our podcast in Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever podcasts are heard to get new episodes whenever they're released. To learn more about us, our store, and our favorite books, visit us at thereadingbug.com. And to have some of our favorite books handpicked for you and delivered to your doorstep each month, visit www.readingbugbox.com. Okay, reader, it's time for a Reading Bug adventure. Let's fly!
It's a Reading Bug adventure. There's lots of fun in store. Just inside our book bag, there's new places to explore. Grab your crayons and paper and your imaginations too. The Reading Bug and I can't wait to share our trip with you.
Oh, hello there. Reading Bug, look who's here. It's our reader friend. Thanks for joining us. You made it just in time. The Reading Bug was just about to share today's adventure with me. I'm sure it's going to be incredible. I can hardly wait to get started. I'm Lauren, and if we haven't met on another adventure already, I'm really glad to meet you now. And this little friend here is the Reading Bug.
Howdy, partner.
The Reading Bug takes us on magical adventures, using our imaginations and her book bag. I just know we're going to have a wonderful time together, going on exciting journeys together and learning about all sorts of interesting things. Every time we meet, we'll ask the Reading Bug what kind of adventure she's chosen for us, and away we'll fly, using the power of our imaginations to whatever time and place is in the book she's carrying in her book bag. By jumping into the stories ourselves, we'll learn about fascinating topics and experience some amazing adventures. I'm always so excited to share these adventures with you. Oh, and I almost forgot. On our adventures, we get to draw our own illustrations or pictures. Did you remember to bring some paper and crayons with you, reader? Pictures are how we'll retell the story of our adventures once we've returned. As we travel through time, you can decide what you want to draw, capturing the most important parts of our journey for your friends and family to see when we're done. You can draw anything you want and create a story that's all your own. If you didn't remember paper and crayons, don't worry. Just press pause or have a grown-up do it for you. At the end of part 1, we'll listen to some music, and you can draw the pictures that are in your imagination. But you can color any time you want, of course, by pausing our podcast. Okay, ready? Great! I can't wait to get our adventure started. But before we go, I love to make sure my whole body is stretched out and ready for whatever excitement awaits us. Why don't we all stretch together? That's it. Everybody stand up, unless you're buckled into your car, and wiggle our fingers and toes. Are you wiggling? Great! Now, stretch your arms up high over your head. Perfect.
Stretch up high, touch the sky, crouch down low and wiggle your toes. Swing your arms from side to side. Let's get ready to go. Stretch up high, touch the sky, crouch down low and wiggle your toes. Swing your arms from side to side. Now we're ready to go.
Great job, readers. Those stretches really helped. I feel wonderful, stretched out, full of energy, and ready to giddy up and go.
Okay then, Reading Bug, why don't you tell us where our story will take us today?
Okay, gather around, little ones. Let me warn you, today's adventure ain't for anyone lily-livered. To travel on from here, you're gonna need to buckle to. Get along and burn the breeze. This'll be one wild romp. Are you ready? I've been reading a lot of terrific books, and I brought them with me in my book bag. I'll tell you the title, and you can guess where we'll be going.
Wonderful! Are you going to tell us what's in the book bag?
Sure. In my book bag today is Favorite Stories from Cowgirl Kate and Coco by Erica Silverman, Goodnight Cowboys by Adam Gamble, You Wouldn't Want to Be a Pony Express Rider by Tom Ratliff, and The Pony Express by Jean Léturgie and Xavier Fauch.
What a terrific bunch of books! Reader, how many have you read? I can't wait to read each and every one. But, more importantly, do you know where we're going to be going today? Horses, cowboy hats, Pony Express. Where do you think the book bag will be taking us? I think you're right. We're headed to the Old West, aren't we, Reading Bug?
You got it. We'll be traveling back in time to before your great-grandparents were even born, Reader.
Back in time? How in the blazes are we going to do that?
We'll get there with my book bag and a bit of your imagination, of course. Just like when you're reading a good book, hopping in my book bag can transport us any time or place. Today, Reader, we're going to be traveling back in time more than 150 years to visit America's Old West.
Okay, Reader. Are you ready to go? The Reading Bug is opening up her book bag. It's growing in size, bigger and bigger, so that we'll be able to fit right inside. And look, there are pictures, lights, and words swirling all around in there from all the amazing books about the Old West that the Reading Bug brought with her. Look inside. I see a cowboy, a covered wagon, a beautiful young woman in a big poofy dress, a young boy riding a tall horse, and a man with a beard and a very tall top hat.
All right, readers. It's time to flap your bug wings. Let's fly. Hop 3 times with me, then into my book bag. Here we go. 1 hop, 2 hops, 3 hops, and we're in!
Let's jump inside our book bag. What will we find there? Imaginations run away. What's in our book bag? Our trusty book bag. What will we learn about today?
Look what's happening, Reader. Lights are flashing and the pictures and words are circling all around us. They're from the books in the Reading Bug's book bag. And look at my watch, Reader. It's moving backwards. We must be going back in time. Outside, the buildings all around us are fading away. I can see all of the neighbors' lawns, the city sidewalks, the streetlights, and the electric wires all fading away too. And look, one by one, all of the cars on the streets are disappearing. Reader, and oh my goodness, the road beneath the cars is vanishing too. Everything is gone, Reader. There's nothing left anywhere. Just lots and lots of dirt. I think we've made it, Reader. The lights and pictures have finally stopped flashing, my watch isn't going backwards anymore, and everything is still and quiet. Listen, I can hear some birds chattering overhead, and I hear the slight rustle of a breeze through a tree that must be nearby somewhere, but I don't hear anything else. No voices but our own, no traffic, no TVs, no children or airplanes. It's so very quiet. In fact, it's so quiet here, I wonder if the book bag might have made a mistake. Reader, why don't we climb on out and have a look around? Phew, here we are. Boy, is it hot out here, Reader. The sun is beating down on us, and there's no shade from any buildings or trees overhead to protect us from it. Oh, and boy, is it dusty. There's dirt as far as the eye can see, and every time there's a slight gust of wind, the dust kicks up and stings my eyes and nose. I've never seen so much empty space before in all my life. There's a long fence running to our right, and some cactus just beyond it. I see trees scattered across the landscapes in the distance, but they seem much too far to walk to.
I read that there was a lot of open land in the Old West because there weren't very many people there yet. American settlers had only begun moving westward in search of gold, silver, and other opportunities to strike it rich. Where we are, there are no airplanes to help people travel in long distances. There aren't even cars, and there are very few trains. So moving from the eastern half of the country to out here in the west is a long, difficult journey that only a few people are willing to make. Unfortunately, that means we could be hundreds of miles from the nearest town.
Well, this certainly won't be much of an adventure if all we get to see is dirt, dust, and a few cactuses. Maybe we should just go back home and try again tomorrow. Hey, look! Reader, we seem to be standing on a wide trail with lots and lots of hoof prints running across it. I wonder what sort of animal might have made all these tracks. And hey, look over there. We aren't alone after all. Off to our left is a wagon being pulled by an enormous horse. The wagon isn't much bigger than a big car, but it seems to be made completely out of wood. It has great big wooden wheels beneath it, rolling it over the dirt path below. And draped over the back of the wagon is a big tan piece of cloth covering whatever is inside. The horse pulling that wagon sure is moving fast. I wonder where it could be going so quickly.
I think that must be a chuck wagon, Lauren. In my book, Cowboys and Cowgirls, Yippee-Yay, it says the chuck wagon is usually driven by a cowboy cook. Chuck wagons help make sure the cowboys on a cattle drive have food, water, and coffee on their long trips across the frontier. The hoof prints on the ground here must be from all the cows or cattle being herded by the cowboys.
I think you're right. Look, sitting at the front of the wagon is a man, and he sure does look like a cowboy. He's got a big wide-rimmed cowboy hat on and a red scarf around his neck. Hey, maybe he can help us get out of this sun and find a nearby town. Quick, Reader, wave your hands in the air so he can see us over here. That's it, wave. Oh no, he still doesn't see us. He's going to pass us by. Keep waving, Reader. Over here, over here. Hey, I think he sees us. Yes, he does. He's turning this way, and his horse is now running in our direction. Great work, Reader. Hello? Hello? Over here!
Yeah, howdy. Yeah, I can see you stopped your waving. Criminy! Are y'all cracked? What are you all doing standing around in the middle of our trail? You're lucky you weren't trampled by a stampede of buffalo or the herd of cattle we just ran through here not more than one day back. But boy, howdy, can't y'all see a storm is coming? Look, over yonder. We gotta ski-daddling fast. Quick, hop into my chuck wagon. I said quick.
A storm? But I hardly see a cloud in the sky.
Don't be dim. Not a rainstorm, a dust storm. I was headed for a cavern up over yonder. But we'll never get this blam jam wagon up there now. Just forget it. We'll need to ride out the storm right here. You sure are lucky I came along, or by ginger, you'd all be goners. But if we don't move fast, we'll all be goners still. Quick, now, help me grab this blanket and put it over Dusty's head.
Dusty?
Dusty's my horse here. We gotta cover his eyes, else he'll spook and run off, leaving us all behind. Easy, boy, easy. Nothing to be scared of. Great. Next, spread out this big blanket with me and crawl underneath and fast. Can't you hear the dust getting closer?
I see the dust, Reader, coming up just ahead of us. It looks like a large wall of brown clouds as big as a building, coming right up upon us. It's almost here.
Quick now. Everybody climb underneath and grab a hold of one of the wagon wheels so you don't go flying off in the wind. Morgan, here, girl. Under the blanket with me. Atta girl.
Reader, you made it. Good, just in time, too. It sounds like the storm is almost on top of us. And Reading Bug, you're under the blanket, too?
Yes, right here.
Everybody hold tight. Here we go.
I can hardly hear anything over the sound of the wind. And I can feel the wind and dust passing overhead. I sure wouldn't want to be out there right now. Keep holding on tight. The wind is blowing harder and harder.
I think we're almost through it now. The wind seems to be dying down. Just a minute longer, folks. Hey, and listen. Once we're done here, I don't want no funny business. I should have said this sooner, but if you got plans to jump me and take my wagon, you got another thing coming. I'll sick my dog Morgan here on y'all. Remember, I done saved ya, so let's all just get up nice and easy.
Oh, no, there's nothing to be worried about, sir. We're definitely not here to take anything from you. Why would you think that?
Easy, Morgan, easy, girl. Well, you are all wandering around out here smack in the middle of a herding trail in a dust storm. And you're wearing those funny clothes.
No, we're lost is all. And we're hoping you might be able to help. I'm Lauren. This little bug here on my shoulder is the reading bug. And traveling with us is our reader friend.
Lost? Well, why didn't you say so, ma'am, and save us all the trouble? You know, you can't be too careful out here, of course, what with bandits and other varmin crawling around waiting to steal your horse and cattle. But you all look like good stock to me. My name's Jim. The folks around here just call me Cookie. Pleased to meet you all. Why don't we start out by getting out from under this blanket and dusting off? Here we go. Easy, Dusty. Good boy. You made it.
Wow, look at all this dust. It's covering everything. Everything in your wagon is...
This wagon's been through more than just one dust storm. It'll be just fine. Now, how can I help y'all?
Thank you, Cookie. We're visiting the Old West today, but we seem to have landed really far away from any towns or other people. Is there a town near enough that you'd be willing to give us a ride?
Town? Yeehaw! Your day just got a whole lot brighter, ma'am. We just finished our roundup and I'm headed to town right now to grab more food and supplies for the trek back. Hop into my chuck wagon and let's get moving. Here we go. Hee-yah!
Look at the beautiful open prairie, Reader. It looks like it goes on forever without a building in sight. You don't see that much where we're from.
Certain times of the year, it's not so empty here. You get longhorn cattle from all the ranches wandering around here. Then it's the job of cowboys like me to round them all up and get them into town and shipped out east on the train. On some runs, we're out with the herd for months on end. That's why my job is so important. Cowboys gotta stay fed, and those fellas love their morning coffee. My specialty's breakfast, matter of fact. I make a delicious plate of beans with bacon, onion, and a whole mess of chili peppers. Me, I love driving the chuck wagon. I reckon it's a mite more comfortable than riding in a saddle. And it's a lot less work than chasing and roping stray calves. I'm too old for that nonsense. Grab some water from the water barrel there if you're thirsty. We got a little ways to go yet.
Thank you, Cookie. We really appreciate your help and hospitality. Reader, while we finished our trip into town with Cookie, why don't we spend some time coloring pictures of all the things we've already seen?
Remember, we've seen a wide open prairie with a fence and cactuses. We've seen Cookie and his horse, Dusty, driving his chuck wagon. And we've been through a wild dust storm. And you could draw us taking cover under Cookie's big blanket. What do you think we'll see in town when we get there? Can you think about the people we'll meet or the buildings we'll see? Maybe you want to write or tell your own story about what happens next. That would be wonderful.
I'll play some music now, and you can begin creating your illustrations. This trip is taking a really long time.
Remember, Lauren, there was a lot of open land in the Old West because very few people lived there. American settlers had only begun moving westward in search of gold, silver, and other opportunities to strike it rich. Moving from the eastern half of the United States to out here in the West is a long, difficult journey that only a few people are willing to make. So unfortunately, the towns are very far apart, and this trip may take a while.
Hope nobody's nodding off back there, 'cause we've made it into town.
Great, Cookie. Thanks. Hey, look, Reader. This isn't like any town I've ever seen. It's a group of low wooden buildings. There can't be more than 15 or 20 of them. That one says sheriff. The one over there says bank. And the one on the other side of the dirt street says post office. There's a saloon and a blacksmith, too. Instead of cars, there are horses everywhere. Some are carrying riders, and a few are pulling wagons like ours, or a carriage behind them. And there are more still, tied up outside on the street.
Whoa, Dusty, whoa. Here we are. The general store's where I'm headed. Why don't you have a look around while I'm gone? And don't you get into any trouble when you're out and about. Everybody out of the wagon.
Thanks, Cookie. Reader, look at this place. Where do you think we should go first? How about we cross the street and...
Whoa! Oof. Hey, ouch! Where in the jinx did y'all come from? Knocked me clean off my horse. What's the idea of popping out of nowhere like that? Look at this dog-assed mess. You've made me spill all my letters. Quick, help me clean this up before the wind scatters all the letters to the four corners. I'm sure to lose my job if that happens. I'm carrying very important cargo today. So come on now, step 2 and help me out.
Oh, I'm so sorry to have startled you. Of course we'll help you grab your mail. Reader, quickly, let's scoop up all the letters on the ground and return them to this young boy. That's it. Show me how you scoop up the letters off the ground. Keep going until we get every last one of them. Don't let any of them get away. Here you go. We're terribly sorry. Here are your letters back. I'm Lauren, and these are my friends.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm Billy, a proud member of the Pony Express, the bravest, fastest, rootin' tootin'est bunch of men on the frontier.
Excuse me for saying so, Billy, but you don't look like you're more than a boy.
Well, I'll be, ma'am. I ain't no button. You sure are dreadful forward.
I apologize. I didn't mean to offend you. You just look so young is all.
Reader, it says here that the Pony Express was the fastest way to send mail across the United States. Brave riders on horses raced the nearly 2,000-mile trail to make sure important mail was delivered. Because they need the horses to move so quickly over such long distances, it was important the riders weren't too heavy. As a result, lots of the riders hired were children, some as young as 11 years old.
Well, shucks. What am I doing standing around here with y'all? I need to burn the breeze, ma'am. Today, I'm on a very important run. I'm running letters for the new president, Abraham Lincoln. Me and the rest of the riders on the trail are carrying his inaugural address out to the good folk of California.
Abraham Lincoln? He was just the 16th president of the United States. We must have traveled back in time all the way to 1861.
Well, of course it's 1861. Where have y'all been?
It's a long story.
I don't have time for long stories. Ain't you been listening? Like I said, I've got very important mail to deliver. So excuse me, ma'am, reader, bug, but I've got to run. The mail must go through.
Good luck with your delivery, Billy.
What an amazing moment in history. Reader, we just met one of the Pony Express riders, delivering Abraham Lincoln's inaugural address. That's the first speech every president gives to the people of the United States. And this one's especially important, because in just a few months, America's terrible Civil War will begin. I learned all about Abraham Lincoln when I read I'm Abraham Lincoln by Brad Meltzer.
Hey, wait a second, Reading Bug. Reader, what's that over there, just next to Cookie's wagon wheel? Oh no, it's a piece of mail. Billy must have dropped it when we spooked him in his horse. And look, Reader, the mail has the presidential seal on the front of it. This must be President Lincoln's inaugural address. Billy's speeding off to the next Pony Express station without it. It could change the whole course of history if it doesn't get to California in time. What should we do?
The Pony Express relay station is just across the street. Let's run over there, quick, and see if there's another horse and carrier to chase after Billy and get this letter to him.
Great idea. Quick, follow me. Excuse me, sir. One of your carriers, Billy, dropped this very important piece of mail outside, and we were hoping someone here could bring it to him.
Let me see that. Oh my word. The inaugural address. Where'd you get this?
Like I said, Billy dropped it.
This is bad. This is very, very bad. We promised our fastest delivery yet for the president. But here it is, left behind. Quick, no time to waste. We've got to get you on horses right away.
Oh, no, we're not Pony Express riders. We couldn't possibly.
No time. I don't have any other riders here, and you look just the right size, nice and light, to carry this important mail quickly. Hurry, into the saddle. You hop up on Lightning. She's the black horse there in the corner, and you take out Silver, the gray one next to her. Jump on and ride west as fast as those horses' legs will carry you.
Oh boy, Reader. It looks like we're going to be riding the Pony Express today. There are several horses tied up out front here. There's Lightning and Silver. And look up on the wall by the horses. There's a large sign. Wanted. Young, skinny, wiry fellows not over 18. Must be expert riders willing to risk death daily. Orphans preferred. Risk death? Orphans preferred? I wonder what that means.
I think I remember reading that the Pony Express Trail was so treacherous with extreme weather, snakes, bandits, and other dangers at every turn that the owners preferred orphans whose families wouldn't miss them if they were, gone.
Yikes! But we've got to get the inaugural address to Billy, or we might change the entire course of American history. Reader, we'd better be extra careful on this adventure, but we've got no choice but to do as the station master said and saddle up. Quickly, hop onto your horse, and I'll hop onto mine. Are you ready? Great. West is that way. So let's giddy up! Wow, these horses really are fast. The wind is whipping my hair all around my face, but it sure does feel good in this hot sun.
There are more than 400 horses that rode across the trail of the Pony Express. Only the fastest and fittest horses were picked to carry riders like Billy swiftly across the frontier.
Speaking of Billy, Reader, I don't see him anywhere, do you? If his horse is faster than ours, there's no way we're going to catch up to him. I'm not even sure we're heading in the right direction. We may never find him, and if we don't, he'll never get the president's speech to California. What are we going to do, Reader? Things are looking really bleak.
Hey, Lauren, Reader, look! Someone is riding towards us, and they're riding fast. Who do you think that could be? They're coming from the town behind us, so it can't be Billy.
Maybe they can help us find Billy, though. Quick, Reader, wave your hand so they can see us.
Hey, Lauren, Reader, smart little bug. Hold up, I'm coming with you.
Look, it's Cookie and he's riding Dusty. Boy, is he riding fast.
Yeehaw! I thought I'd never catch up to y'all. The folks in town told me you'd just run off on the Pony Express, and I couldn't just leave you to the wolves and the weather. I'm coming with you.
Thanks, Cookie. We've got to move fast. We met a Pony Express rider in town, but he dropped this important letter. It's President Lincoln's inaugural address. Only trouble is we don't know which way to go.
Whew, good thing I got here when I did then. Follow me, this way, yeah!
Cookie, what are all these tall poles and wires next to us? They look like telephone poles.
Tele-what? Them's telegraph wires. Folks tell me once they're up, you'll be able to send a message clear across the continent on nothing but wire, through electricity.
Oh, that's right. In They're Off, the story of the Pony Express by Cheryl Harness, I remember it said that as soon as they finished raising telegraph poles and hanging the telegraph lines, the Pony Express went out of business less than 2 years after it started. With telegraphs and telephones after that, nobody needed the Pony Express anymore.
What are you babbling on about, Bug? Pony Express out of business? Just keep on riding. We're gonna need to cross that river up ahead. Hey, wait! Where's the bridge?
Bridge? I don't see any Hey, look, Reader. Up ahead, it looks like the start of a bridge. But nothing but river water beyond that.
Oh no! The bridge is out! The storms we've been having, the same ones that caused that dust storm earlier, drove a mess of rain the last few days. And it looks like the river must have overrun its banks and ruined the bridge. If we got any chance of catching your Pony Express, boy, we're gonna have to cross straight through the river.
Through the river? Can we do that?
We're gonna find out.
Hey, look, Reader. In the middle of the river. It's Billy! It looks like he's stuck!
Help me! Help me!
He's holding on tight to a big log in the middle of the river. And he's tied his horse there, too, to keep them from floating away. It looks like the river must be even more dangerous than we thought. How are we going to save Billy and get the inaugural address to California, Reader?
Help me! Help me!
Listen, I've got a plan, but it's gonna take all of us.
I don't know, Cookie. It seems awfully dangerous. I don't want to put my friends at risk.
As they say on the Pony Express, the mail must go through, and this may be the most important piece of mail ever. Are you big, brave, scrappy Pony Express riders, or ain't ya? Come on, Lauren, Reading Bug, Reader. Let's get out there, save Billy, and get this letter to California. Who's with me?
History could change forever if we don't help Lauren. Reader, this is dangerous, but Billy needs our help. Let's do it!
Okay, we're in. What do we need to do, Cookie?
I'm gonna tie all of our horses together, like so. Easy, girl. That way, if anyone slips, no one will be swept away. Next, everybody tie yourselves to your saddles. Take this bit of rope. There you go. And tie yourself on. That way, we'll hope to keep everyone with us. All right, now slowly, carefully, let's walk these horses into the water. Giddy up! Slowly. Easy, girl. Here we go. That's it. Everyone step carefully.
Hey! Over here! Help me! Help me!
Great job. We're getting closer. Almost there.
Hey! I know, y'all! Hurry on over here. I'm not sure my horse can keep standing much longer.
We've got you, Billy. Just lean on over here and grab a hold of Cookie. Great job. We got you.
Oh, heavens. Thank you. Thank you. Here, grab my horse's reins and hang on tight. There you go. Thank you, friends. Thank you.
Just a mite farther, and we'll be at the other end of the river, and everyone will be safe. Good work, everyone. We made it. That was some tremendous bravery.
Boy, howdy, did I think I was a goner for sure. That sure was a close brush. How'd y'all know where to find me?
When we startled you in town, you dropped President Lincoln's inaugural address. We came out here to find you and make sure you delivered it on time.
Well then, you double saved me, didn't you? If that river didn't get me, Misters Russell, Major, and Waddell, my bosses at the Pony Express, they would have done me in surely. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Now, if y'all excuse me, though, the mail must go through. If I scoot now, there's still a shot at meeting our promise to get this letter to California faster than anyone before it. I won't soon forget you, nor will the Pony Express. Giddy up! Let's go! Yeehaw!
Goodbye, Billy.
Good luck on your ride.
Good luck.
Oh boy, that sure was exciting, wasn't it, Reader? Thank you for coming to the rescue, Cookie. We couldn't have done it without your help. But now, I'm afraid it's time for us to jump back into our magic book bag and head for home. Reading Bug, thank you for taking us on such a rootin' Wild West adventure. Okay, Reader, it's time for us to all head back home. Are you ready to go? Everyone, hop 3 times with me, then into the Reading Bug's book bag. Here we go. 1 hop, 2 hops, 3 hops, And we're in.
We've had a big adventure within our book bag, and I think we saved the day. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, book bag. Now it's time to fly away.
It's working! Look, reader! Cookie and the open frontier of the Wild West are disappearing, and my watch has started to move forward again, faster and faster and faster. Look around you, you can see the streets, buildings, and more rising up again as we move forward in time more than 150 years into the future. Boy, did we have a terrific adventure today. We learned all about the Wild West cowboys from Cookie, rode on the famous Pony Express, and protected the course of history when we saved Billy and helped him get President Lincoln's inaugural address to California. When we get back, I hope you'll show your illustrations to your family and friends and tell them all about our Wild West adventure together. Be sure to meet me back here next time for our next adventure. And if you ever want to visit the Wild West with the Reading Bug and me again, you can always replay this episode and draw more amazing illustrations.
It sure as shooting was a wild good time. And that river rescue was exhilarating. You were amazingly brave, reader. What was your favorite part of our trip? If you want to learn more by reading any of the books in my book bag today, you can find a complete list of my favorite Wild West books at www.thereadingbug.com/adventures.
Okay, reader, it looks like we've made it back home to present day. I hate to have to say goodbye, but the Reading Bug and I really do have to be going now. And of course, we'll see you again next time. Say goodbye, Reading Bug.
Goodbye, reader. See you soon.
Till next time.
It's a Reading Bug adventure. There's lots of fun in store. Just inside our book bag, there's new places to explore. Grab your crayons and paper and your imaginations too. The Reading Bug and I can't wait to share our trip with you.
Thank you for listening to Reading Bug Adventures from the Reading Bug, our family-owned children's bookstore in Northern California. We'll play more music for you to color in just a minute, but before we do, we've got a few important people to thank. I'm Lauren Savage, and today's adventure was an original story written by Brandon and Diane Savage. The episode was performed by some of our other family members, Chloe, John, and Brandon Savage, and Rob DeCruz. Original music was written and performed by me, Ross Gruet, and Alexa Thanos. And this episode was sound designed, mixed, and mastered by the great team at Resonate Recordings. Wasn't it fun to be introduced to some great new books on our adventure today? If you're looking for even more books matched to your age and interests, the Reading Bug offers a subscription box service shipping nationwide at readingbugbox.com. It's a wonderful way to promote a lifelong love of reading, to excite an already avid reader, or to inspire a finicky one. Stay tuned for more adventures from the Reading Bug by subscribing to our podcast in Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever podcasts are heard. And in the meantime, to learn all about us, discover new reads, and to check out more of our reading adventures, go to thereadingbug.com/adventures, or follow us on Facebook or Twitter at The Reading Bug, or on Instagram at Reading Bug Box. Thanks for listening, and for all your help on this adventure. We'll see you soon on our next exciting adventure. Goodbye!